So I was in my second year of trade school when the Titanfall 2 trailer dropped in 2016. You know the one. I remember watching it back to back because the energy just got me. The action, choreography, the mechs, it was all just so badass. But I never played it.
What? Get the hell out of my class. Get the out of my class!
I told myself I had already seen everything that the game had to offer, the best that it had to offer. A hype trailer with an awesome song and action sequences that there's no way the game could live up to. So I just didn't play it. A decade later, I finally sat down and played Titanfall 2. Of course, whatever happened to just the game turning on? And it proved me wrong in a lot of the ways I expected, and actually some that I didn't see coming. First things first, the gameplay. I'm not an FPS guy. Feel free to roast me in the comments, but Titanfall 2's movement is genuinely something else. When you get into that groove as Cooper, you really start to cook, linking the movement ability, staying airborne, making yourself a nightmare to hit. It completely sells you on the power fantasy. It really lives up to what they put in that trailer and made you feel like that. The shooting, the melees, the weapon variety, the throwables, it all delivered what that trailer showed me. But it is called Titanfall for a reason, and after blueballing you through the entire tutorial, the game finally puts you in one. Now, back when I watched the trailer, I figured that even if the pilot gameplay is decent at best, the mech combat is definitely just going to be a gimmick. It's like a Call of Duty clone with robots, right? I'm a noob at this kind of FPS stuff, don't come for me here, but Respawn did prove me wrong in that regard.
This way.
The way the game loads you into the chassis, the dynamic animations as you climb in and out from different angles that you're coming in at it, the sheer weight of it. And as Cooper, I was fast, I was nimble, I was deadly, I was, hang on, fucking cocks. But piloting BT, it was a verified war machine that was just cutting through everything in its path. The dodges, the weapons, the shield that sends bullets and missiles right back at the enemies. It nailed it. It was all in the trailer and they really crushed it in the game. And it threw in so many Titan varieties that you actually look forward to trying something new.
Not even your Vanguard can stop a laser pilot.
One of the first things that genuinely caught me off guard was the world building and the storytelling. I went in expecting a basic excuse to blow stuff up. And look, there is an excuse to blow stuff up. It just happens to be told really well. Even when BT is literally reading you numbers about pilot Titan compatibility, the game simultaneously shows you that bond forming in real time. It makes you feel it. And that's kind of what Titanfall 2 does well in a nutshell, I find. Respawn never once told me to care about BT. They just kept putting me in situations where I felt it myself until I had no choice but to care about him. Thank you.
Got you.
Can you relocate my shoulder, please? That's my boy.
Wait a minute. Lastimosa linked you to a rifleman?
Yes.
Yeah.
He had no other options.
Understood. We'll get you transferred to a fully qualified pilot.
Objection. Cooper is my pilot.
Hell
Our
yeah.
combat effectiveness rating now exceeds 90%. Request permission to retain this link.
Let's fucking go. Can't argue with stats. Can't argue with stats.
You're lucky our backs are up against the wall, BT. Permission granted.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's high praise coming from a machine, Cooper.
That's the kind of thing that most games couldn't pull off if they had a gun to their head. And nothing really showed that kind of storytelling better than the mission effect and cause. If you played Titanfall 2, you already know exactly what I'm talking about. If you haven't, Cooper gets a device that lets him shift between two versions of the same place. The present, where the facility is torn apart by war, and the past, where the same facility is intact, operational, and people are just going about their day totally unaware that everything goes to hell eventually. And you're flickering through the two timelines constantly in the whole mission, at your own control. Now, jumping between timelines isn't new, Books do it, movies do it. It's not the special part there. The special part is what the game actually lets you do with it. You're going up against guards in the past, you flip back into the present, and then you pop right back up in the past behind him, and he doesn't even know where you're coming from. And between going through the past and the present, you're not reading about the consequences of war in some sort of journal. You're not being shown it in a cutscene, and it's not being exposition to you. You're actually causing it in real time, and the game is showing you that. And that's what games can do that these other mediums can't, which is why I think it works so well here.
BT.
Holy shit.
This is right as the arc exploded. Oh my god. What the fuck is this game, dude?
And that's when I realized this wasn't just a shooter with a cool robot in it, and it got me thinking about why BT specifically hits the way that he does, especially now in 2026. And I say that because I think people talk about BT in kind of a weird way. Whenever he comes up, people talk about him like he's just a great guy, loyal, noble, selfless, all that kind of stuff, and he definitely is, but he's also kind of not. And I think that distinction matters way more than people give it credit for. BT isn't good in the way that a person is. He's a machine. Everything good he does traces back to code and designs and decisions, not some inner moral compass that he developed on his own. He's built that way. And the thing about that is, I don't think it makes him any less interesting or any less impressive. I think it actually makes it more interesting, especially today, because when people say they hate AI now, I don't even think that's fully true. I think what people actually hate is the people behind it and the intentions behind it. And BT, completely by accident, kind of proves that. BT works because everything about him was designed to work. He's written to protect you, support you, sacrifice himself for you if it comes to that. So of course people trust him. Of course people connect with him. He was built as a character to line up perfectly with what the player needs from him. He does his job, he protects his pilot, he stays consistent, and he doesn't suddenly turn into a selfish idiot 3 hours in for the sake of a plot. He's exactly what he was made to be, and that's not a criticism, that's the whole point I'm making here. I want to be clear, this is where people can start reaching. I'm not saying Respawn sat down and engineered BT as some deep philosophical statement about modern AI. I really doubt that that's a concept that they had in mind back then. I think they wanted to make a cool robot that players would connect with, and they nailed it. But because they didn't intend some big message doesn't mean the comparison is useless. And playing this in 2026, something clicked. BT feels trustworthy. Most real AI doesn't. Why is that?
Players are getting refunds for Call of Duty this year because they're finding the game is filled with AI-generated art that was never mentioned in the marketing.
Some breaking news crossing the terminal. Google will invest $10 billion in Anthropic, with another $30 billion potentially to follow.
We invested tens of billions of dollars.
That's NVIDIA. You don't have to understand the strategy. You don't have to understand the technology. The more you buy, the more you save. We're going to be rich.
But we have something much bigger. They used to say guns don't kill people. People do. Well, people don't. They get emotional, disobey orders. That skill is all AI. This is how it works. That little bag is enough to penetrate the skull and destroy the contents.
Real AI today is usually built and deployed by people chasing money, scale, automation, replacement, control, whatever gets results the fastest and costs the least. That's why people are uneasy, not because a machine exists, but because they don't trust what other people are going to do with it. And honestly, they're right not to. Because here's the thing. A machine can be really easy to trust, sometimes easier than a person. If I know exactly what something is built to do, and it does that consistently every single time, yeah, I'll probably trust it. I couldn't really give a damn if it's human or not, BT is the perfect example. BT was built by writers and designers whose entire job was to make you feel supported, connected, and invested. He's reliable because he was made to be reliable, and that's it. Titanfall 2 actually backs this up inside its own world without even trying to make a point about it, because not every Titan feels like BT. There are other machines in the game doing violent, destructive, horrible things, and why is that? Because of their pilots, because of their orders, because of their programming, what they were built and directed to do. So even in Titanfall 2, the machine itself isn't really the point. The machine reflects the intent behind it, and that's what makes BT stand out. He isn't impressive because he somehow transcends being a machine or develops a human soul or whatever. He stands out because everything behind him, every design decision, every line of dialogue, mission, objective, points in a direction that we actually like. Protection, loyalty, dependability, sacrifice. BT is what a machine looks like when the people behind it genuinely want to serve you. And that's exactly why it feels so different from AI in the real world, in my opinion. So when people say I hate AI, I think that's not quite all of it. It's kind of a lazy sentence, and I get why people say it, but I don't think it's really true. Nobody actually hates the idea of a machine being useful. What people hate is being manipulated, lied to, watching soulless garbage get shoved into everything they care about. AI art, for example, artists spend years getting genuinely good at something, and then companies just take their work, no permission, no credit, no conversation or apology. It's not because technology demanded it, because the people running it decided that it was acceptable. The machine didn't betray anyone, people did. And it's not just big companies either, you see it everywhere now. People replacing real craft with AI slop and calling it content like nobody's gonna notice. That's what people actually hate. The hatred gets aimed at AI, but the real target is the human decision making behind it. The machine is the vehicle, the person behind the wheel is the problem.
You've got to find a way to destroy the full weapon from the inside. There's no other way.
Commander
course
Briggs,
there is.
I believe I have a solution. In its exposed state, my reactor core may be able to destabilize the arc at the center of the full weapon.
What are you saying?
We can blow it up. I'm sending you coordinates for a dropship rendezvous.
Coordinates received. We'll be there, but I don't see how you can.
Trust me, I have done the math.
I sure as hell hope so. We're on our way. Good luck, both of you. Briggs out.
Let's do this thing, BT. Don't worry, BT. I'm not going anywhere.
Copy that, pilot.
Let's do this together, homeboy.
Protocol 3. Protect the pilot.
BT, what are you doing?
Oh,
Trust me.
man.
BT!
Come on. Shit, man. Oh, come on,
Cooper, we
dude.
just lost BT signal. We're almost there. Cooper,
God
I'm
damn
marking
it.
your HUD with the coordinates. The evac site.
BT's sacrifice hits the way that it does for one reason. It's not because he broke free of his programming, because his programming made him into something that you could actually believe in. That's it. Honestly, if AI was actually built to serve people the way BT serves Cooper, consistently without an agenda or some motive running in the background, a lot more people would trust it. But that's not the world we live in, and that's exactly why BT kind of feels like a fantasy now.